What are stars made of? Well, now you are about to find out. Just where these hot balls of gas start their lives begin in what astronomers call nebula, and they are basically the nurseries of the universe. For one, a nebula is a gigantic cloud of dust and gas, mainly of hydrogen and helium gases. And they can be light years across. That's trillion of miles. Secondly, they look quite fuzzy in appearance, pretty much like fluffy clouds or cotton wool in the sky. Imagine having to go in a massive splattering of cotton wool. The Horsehead Nebula comes in not just a variety of sizes, they also come in a range of shapes, like the Crab Nebula. A nebula is an insular cloud in the outer space that is made of dust, hydrogen, and helium gas, and plasma. It is formed when portions of the insular medium collapse and clump together due to the gravitational attraction of the particles that comprise them. Stars can be born inside a nebula, such as the Crab, which resides within the Crab Nebula. The Crab Nebula is an extremely young spinning star, which emits radio waves because of its unique nature changes. The Crab Nebula's changes can be seen in a matter of days. This time scale relatively compare to a lifelong span and growth to most celestial bodies. The cat's eye can be born, which makes it a nebula, recognizable in the picture for its vivid color and vague resemblance to an eye. In a planetary nebula are emissions nebula and often form in a wake of white dwarfs. The dark nebula are clumps or clouds that become aquae. Because of their natural dust grinds, it forms such a dark cloud is very irregular. They have no central defined outer boundaries and sometimes take on convoluted serpentine shapes. The largest dark nebula is visible in the naked eye appearance as dark patches against the brighter background of the Milky Way. An example is the cul-de-sac in the southern sky. A snowflake of the stellar realm. No two planetary nebula are the same. This young specimen is about 1,200 years old, is bipolar or beautiful butterfly nebula, though the typical and binary star system. Approximately 10% of planetary nebula displays such a bipolar formation. Red Spider Nebula is a planetary nebula, is located in the Sagittarius constellation. It is about 400 light years away. And lastly, the White Dwarf. The White Dwarf at the center of this one is the hottest white dwarf ever observed. It also produces a hot and very powerful wind at the speed of 300 kilometers. This wind is the main factor of the expansion of the nebula, and also is the spider shape of the nebula. This was made by Destiny from Nebula.